978-540-2487. So give us a call and...
Dunkin' Donuts. There's a chance to get a gift certificate. Call us and you get a gift certificate to Dunkin' Donuts.
978-540-2487. Well, we got the first leg of this long journey is out of the way.
Right.
The opening ceremonies. And we're going to briefly brush on the committee members. But as we've said so often, Jack, on this show, a lot of folks who've worked behind the scenes, who've done a lot of incredible work.
There's well over 100. There's well over 100. And, you take them for granted until you lose one. And we lost one. And I'll tell you, it really hit me because he was just an absolute fantastic resource for the 300th committee, between the 300th committee and the electric light department, who was doing so much for us with the banners and everything else. And I always have known Kevin Goddard. Yeah, I've known him, but I never really knew him until Savas and Kevin and I used to meet probably once a week, maybe not every week, but at 8 o'clock in the morning. And the first 5 minutes would always be dedicated, nothing to do with Littleton or anything else. It was University of Massachusetts. Come to find out, in different eras, but Kevin, Savas, and I were all UMass Amherst graduates and didn't know that. And we used to talk about, basketball, hockey, football, going class, Division I. That was silly in our, but never mind. But we lost Kevin, and I'll tell you that really hit. And he was just such a great resource, such a great guy. We really, really miss. We really miss Kevin.
Every one of us.
Oh,
does.
Yeah. That hit us hard.
Missed him Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I thought the attendance was pretty darn good.
It was excellent.
The stands were at least three-quarters full.
Right.
At least. There were a whole bunch of us standing as well.
Right. And there were close to 400 people at the breakfast, which was great. The Rotary put on a fantastic breakfast. Fantastic breakfast. That Ed's Wiener's recipe for scrambled eggs is, hey, that's fantastic. But then, you know me at food, Bob, anyway, so never mind. Okay, fine. Oh, okay, yeah, you're going to be nice to me tonight, huh? No second help and Dunkin' Donuts.
I caught a lot of heck last time, so I'm not going to go through
You got
that
heck
again.
for it, okay.
I got heck.
Okay, very good. Okay.
But, that was fantastic, the capsule.
Yep.
Opening up all the...
and seeing those things alphabetically and everything else. I mean, that committee did such a great job. And I think I'd like to give a shout out to that committee. In the way the 300th works, we give a member of our committee sort of is the liaison to the opening and closing in this case, and that's Michael Crory, and he got his wife Diane, who's our town clerk, to head that committee, and they just did a fantastic job. Harvey Atkins, Patricia Bancroft, Mark Crory, the guy sitting back in the control room now, and with the video and the sound, Melissa Hebert, Patricia Lagenza, John Ledger, Elaine Sylvian, and Greg Weber. They did a fantastic job, and when you think of what they did and what they saved us in terms of resurrecting the black mud we had that we got out of the time capsule and working with distilled water and everything else over the months to come up with what they did was absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Fantastic, Bob.
And we're not going to have that problem when we bury this.
We're not burying. No burying. We're going to keep it above ground, and
it's going to be indoors.
It's going to be indoors. It's going to be in a great cabinet right in the town hall, and no burying. No burying.
You liked my weather forecast, though, didn't you?
I think you're fantastic.
Got any better than
that. But okay. Now here's your test. Okay, the next event is going to be July 12th. July 12th is the picnic. Yeah. Now, today is what, the 25th of June. So you got a couple of weeks. A couple of weeks and a couple of days.
2 weeks and 3 days.
Okay, what's the weather going to be?
I can give you a 10-day forecast, from that point on, but I can't do anything until July 3rd.
I mean, the last time it was Wednesday to Saturday, and how can you miss? How can you miss? So
I'll tell you what, I don't think I'll miss if I say that it's going to be seasonably warm and muggy today. I'm just hoping we don't.
You looked outside today.
I'm hoping we don't get any rain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you hit it. You hit it right on the head, and I hope that is a harbinger of good things to come, Bob. On our show, just before the picnic, you're in charge.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
But again, this was a fantastic, and again, getting back to the behind the scenes, we had donations of the cakes and the waters by all of these folks right here.
Yeah. Well, Donlan's supermarket's always fantastic. I mean, they step up every time you ask them for anything. Littleton Lumber, Neshoba Valley Technical High School, and the wooden cake and everything else, and then the people who the painting design, Yvonne Evolis and Carolyn Harlow, Harvey Atkins, the wiring, Lenny Lenato, and just, again, the Electric Light and Water Department coming through, helping us out, as they always do, and the Highway Department too.
And there was so much preparation to getting the whole opening ceremony together, and now it's over. It's kind of like Christmas time. You have all this preparation, and then the day comes, and then all of a sudden.
Then you take all the wrapping to the dump.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes.
But anyway, we're going to, actually, what we're going to do next is LCTV has the entire program, as you mentioned earlier. There were camera folks there.
Yeah.
There's a large dedicated show. But right now, apparently, we have some highlights
Great.
from the opening ceremony, and we're going to show them right now.
Littleton's 300th anniversary celebration kicked off on Saturday, June 21st, 2014. The day started off right with a hearty breakfast, compliments of the Rotary Club of Littleton. It is estimated over 400 people attended the breakfast. There were lots of historical artifacts on display, including the contents of the 250th time capsule. Many came in modern-day attire, but there are some who got into the spirit of the occasion by dressing in period costumes. Following the breakfast, the Sons of the American Revolution led the march to Alumni Field.
Okay, I'm going to take. I'll say that was my fault. Technical difficulties is what we're having.
It happens. It happens.
Did you see the part where the marching? Were you part of that?
The marching in.
seated?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, we marched in. It was impressive. The Sons of the American Revolution did a great job, really and truly.
I think we're still having problems.
I think we still are, yeah.
This is putting you to the test now. You're telling
how
me
about
that
me?
you're difficult to be quiet, here.
Okay. Hey, why don't we talk about, let's talk a little about the picnic coming up. That's going to be the next thing. You want to get involved with the picnic and everything else on Saturday, July 12th.
Well, that is the next big event. Yeah.
Right, and we won't be on next week. And I, they put us out to pasture, Bob, for a week.
We won't be on next week, but also keep in mind now there will not be the traditional July 4th picnic at Fay Park either.
That's right.
This is our picnic this year.
This is it, and here it is, July 12th. Starts at 11 a.m. goes to at least 3 p.m. And it's going to be down at the middle school. We've got everybody ready to go in, and here's Ball in the House is going to be the featured band. A great group. In fact, they'll be. I think in 2 weeks they're going to be in here and have an interview with the Ball in the House and Mark to bring everybody up to date and show them what they're going to be able to see. And there's going to be a couple of other groups there too. It's going to be fantastic.
Okay.
Right.
Hey,
Danny Pickett. Where else do we go but to Danny Pickett for hay? We've got 400 bales coming in, and we're going to have the hay maze. It's going to be fun, and they. Bob, sack races. How many times have you been in a sack race?
Never.
Never? Oh, I guess I shouldn't find fault. I don't think I have either, Bob. But that's okay. It looks like fun for a little younger set.
Okay, but let's step back for a second. I live in Littleton and I want to go to the picnic.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to get in my. Probably not going to walk. I'm probably going to get in my car. When should I start thinking about parking? How acute is the parking?
I don't think it's going to be bad. We've never done this. But we never had the opening ceremony. The only thing we've ever had that we could gauge from was a Thanksgiving Day football game, and that attracts that we against the air. So that was the only thing that we had to do, and then the cars were all over the place, all the way up to King Street.
But there's going to be police supervision.
The police and the explorers are going to be there and help out. We're expanding the handicap parking. There will be explorers there to help people in and out to do whatever they can. The EMS, the fire department, the EMS will be there, and. I don't think you're going to have any problems at all. With these school buses, will be out of their normal spots, so that we'll have all those spaces. I don't think you're going to have a problem, really and truly. If we get over 1,000 people, yes, we will have problems. Okay. But I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't think that's going to happen. But hey, I'd love to see over 1,000 people there. That would be very satisfying for us. But I don't think that's going to happen. Really and truly.
Well, that's a lot of people.
That is.
Yeah.
That is. But we're gauging it by as I said, those football games, and we've had attendance well over that at those football games, and so I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. I think you'll find a parking space, Bob.
Now you know what? Before the picnic, though, we do have an event coming up actually next week.
That's right, on the 1st.
You've been to these before.
I have to admit, I have not gone to the circus. I have to admit, I have not gone to the circus. I've known it's been here, but 100% of the proceeds go to the 300th, and that's the advance sales. So if you're going to go to the picnic, please, get your tickets in advance and go to the circus.
Okay. You know what? I think we're ready. I think we can go back to the opening video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early skies, what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last.
Okay, make ready. Balls off. Present. Fire!
Pray. Eternal God, we ask your blessing on Littleton as we celebrate its 300th birthday.
As one of the few who were here to remember and take part in our 1964, our 250th, I can say with all sincerity and pride that while inevitable change has visited Littleton, as it has everywhere, those elements...
All right, still don't have it right. We'll get it.
I think they're going to have it next week.
Yeah, and as I said, we have the entire program anyway.
Right.
It's going to be shown on LCTV. But let's make a couple comments about that. First of all, the ribbon cutting was cut. Ribbon was cut by
The winners of the...
George Ogilvy?
George Ogilvy's family, two small children whose name I cannot think of right now.
Right.
and Barry, thank you. Hey, a voice from the past just bailed us out. But it was great. It was
George got all 25 answers to all 25
No, knowing George, well, yeah.
Be careful now.
No, I know. I'm on live TV, but George and I go back far enough. In fact, he was wearing suspenders. Did you see the suspenders? He wouldn't put them on for me the week before, but he had his 250th suspenders on, and it held up his pants. So everything was fine. But he probably had help. His daughter probably and wife probably had to help him a little bit on a few of the things. Tell him some of the streets and things like that. I'm sure that happened. I'm sure that happened.
So it was a family.
It was a family affair.
Effort.
It was a family affair.
And there were a lot of families up at the Common on the first Thursday too.
Oh, the third Thursday.
Third Thursday.
Yeah,
first.
The third Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah. There you go. It was that was really well attended. In fact, Ed Wieners, who is basically donating 100% of the proceeds from the sale of the hot dogs and the potato chips and the soda, he sold out. He sold out, and that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That tells you something. Again, the weather was fine. I don't know. Did you predict that weather for that night?
No,
you didn't. No. Okay, I can't give you credit for that one.
I cannot tell a lie.
Okay. But no, that was great. It was well attended. We've got two more of them coming up. I told Ed, double up on the hot dogs next time. It goes to us. Double up, Ed. Double up. Yep.
Some more in July.
Yeah, July and August.
LCTV was there as well.
Right.
And Bill Vales, you can't hear him. He's really in the background, but he's asking a lot of folks, what do you think about Littleton? Take a look.
Hey.
Sorry, we're having.
You explain this one.
You say this is a family show. We can't start telling jokes. How about those Red Sox, Bob? How about those Red Sox?
Well, we could use the bench right now. Will someone please give us a call, 978-540-2487. Any question at all relating to the Tercentennial?
Hey, just bail us out, please. Call us.
You're going to Maine this week. You're going to, you do need a break.
Yes, we're heading up for this week, and then probably staying right through the 4th, because that's our usual thing. And we'll talk about that for a little bit, because when I became chairman of this, you don't try to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
Okay, and for years now, because we do have a place just outside of Bath, Maine, halfway between Bath and Brunswick, and we've gone to the 4th of July celebration up there, and that is the 4th of July celebration. Basically, it's a 3-day, but I mean they really do it right, and I have met the director and everything else, and he was kind enough to. When I got involved here with Littleton, he was kind enough to sit down with me and give me fundraising tips and who to call and how to do things and everything else, and timing on brochures. I mean, he just a wealth of information. And he didn't have to do it, but he was kind enough to do it. And it's such a great time up there. And they do the fireworks now. They have a downtown area. Bath does, yeah, and they have the Bath Ironworks, the big dynamics, yeah, and so they have major employment and everything else, and they have a river, the Kennebec River, which is one of the largest rivers in Maine, comes right straight down to the sea, right through Bath, and so they light up all their fireworks on a barge out in the middle of the river and everything else, and the restaurants and everything else. I mean, they have. It's not like Littleton. Littleton's more a farming community, a rural community. Bath is a little city, but believe it or not, the population of Bath is almost the same as the population of Littleton.
Why don't we pick up on that?
Go ahead.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Judy.
Hi, Judy. You have a question
I
for
just
us?
want to. I'm sorry?
You have a question for us?
I don't have a question. I just want to give you guys so much credit for doing such a great job.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes, it's so informative, and I know you sometimes have technical problems, but it really is a wonderful show, and thank you for doing it.
Well, we really appreciate you saying that.
Thank you, and we enjoy doing it. It's fun.
Are you going to be at the?
We can tell that.
Are you going to be at the picnic?
Absolutely. And I'm going to vote on Saturday.
Very good. That's very important. I'm glad you mentioned that. Be sure and vote Saturday, or let's say, I guess you have tomorrow too to vote absentee. We've already voted because, as I mentioned, we won't be here,
Well,
so
anyway,
we've voted.
Keep up the good work, you guys. It's wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Judy, thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right.
That was nice.
Hey, that was great. Somebody's listening. Somebody, yeah. Okay, Bob, why don't we talk a little about the parade?
Well, actually, let's continue on this fireworks theme.
Okay, go ahead.
You've had a couple of meetings at Neshoba Ski,
Right.
related to this.
Right.
Can you fill us in on that?
Yeah. At first we said we're going to have the fireworks, and Electric Light is basically in charge of it. And so Savas and I have been talking about it, and we said, we'll just set them up on the top of the hill, and not thinking, because that's what they do in the 1st of January. So we weren't thinking about it, and then all of a sudden somebody says, well, wait a minute, you can't do that. The foliage is out, there's trees, there's this, that, and the other thing. And so we went to the fire chief, Scott, and he says, you got a problem. He says, but let's see if we can't work it out. And actually, it's in Westford. So we have to work with the Westford Fire Department,
Right.
the Littleton Fire Department, and we got the representative from the Fire Marshal's office out here, and we actually went down to Neshoba and got to the top of the hill. I think I mentioned before, I did not walk to the top of the hill. I got a ride. And we got up
Well,
there.
you could have walked, but it's your knee, your knee problem.
I've got an age problem too, but never mind.
Trying to be nice here.
Yeah, I know. Okay, never mind. And so we went to the top of the hill. We had the fire marshal's representative there, and he looked around and he measured this and he measured that, because we thought we were going to have to go down to the parking lot, which would have been not good, because we would have lost parking and this, that, and the other thing, and you have to have so much clearance and everything else. But he looked at it all, measured it all out, and said, we can do it from the top of the hill. So that gives us such a great, because, the access to Neshoba ski area is not that great. Yeah. I mean, we have the tubing park road that comes off of Littleton, and we're probably going to make that the access for Littleton residents, because we want to make sure that Littleton residents are taken care of first. Then use the Power Road access for everybody else. But now, when we're going from the top of the hill, it's going to be fantastic, because you can sit in Donald's parking lot. You can sit on. We'll stop traffic on 495 because you'll be able to see it from every place. It's going to be a great exhibit. And beforehand, we've got the music down there. We've got the concert coming in. It's going to be a fantastic day.
And it's going to be a part of a great day.
Oh,
This is September 6th now.
Yeah.
We have the parade in the morning.
The parade starts at 10 o'clock. It starts at the high school, St. Anne, and goes to the IBM parking lot. And right now, looking at the number of units that we have, Bob, the first unit will be in the IBM parking lot before the last unit leaves the high school.
Okay.
It's going to be that long a parade.
But then the whole celebration continues, because you're actually, the fireworks obviously are at night, but there's activity prior to that.
That's right.
What time do we start at Neshoba, approximately?
Almost immediately after. We'll be setting up at Neshoba. We'll be using the Tiki area for 3 or 4 bands, local bands that will be there. Then we will have a concert just prior to the fireworks, and it's going to be a fantastic day.
Okay. We have some other stuff that's going on in August.
Yep.
We've got the road rally, August 2nd. No, here, do you want
We
to?
have that video.
You think you have that video, Mark?
Good. We get bailed out, Bob.
Well, things come in threes now.
Yes, I will try it.
Should we give it a try now? Okay, let's give her a try.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And challenges to all. The rally will take place on Saturday, August 2nd, and you should note that this is a date change from the one in the Littleton 300th flyer. All ages are welcome to attend as individuals, partners, or families. We'll meet at the parking lot of the Reuben Hoare Library at 10 a.m. on August 2nd. there will be 3 different rallies for you to choose from, one on foot, one on bike, and one by car. Each rally will involve answering questions about Littleton trivia, historic or otherwise, that you will find along the way. Contestants will leave at 2 to 3 minute intervals, and the winners will be those with the best time and the best number of correct answers. Winners will receive, besides eternal glory, some fabulous prizes. So please be a part of Littleton's 300th celebrations and have a lot of fun doing it. Join the Littleton Trivia Road Rally on August 2nd.
Anyway, Jack, getting back to the other activities, I'm just going to read right from the press release here. August 2nd, would you like to walk, ride your bike, or have your parents drive a car to participate in Littleton's 300 Road Rally? Fun begins in the parking lot behind the Rubenhor Library on Shattuck Street at 9 a.m. on Saturday, August 2nd. Travel to designated spots in Littleton. Given clues and a time frame, set off to discover some trivia facts about Littleton with your family.
There you go.
Here's something you would like. I would too.
Been to it.
August, you've been to it.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have it every year.
Oh, yeah.
They have
Yep.
it every year.
Oh, yeah.
They have it every year for years.
Historical Society does a fantastic job, and you go ahead.
Well, we're talking about the Peach
The
Festival.
Peach Social.
Why don't you just jump right in?
The Peach Social, just, it's, well,
August
you got to
20th.
tell me when it is, Bob.
August 20th.
The event takes place on August 20th at 6:30 p.m. Peaches while the peaches and the daylight last. Take a peek inside the building to see the exhibits about Littleton's past. Check out the Littleton Historical Society activities and coloring book. Oh, did you buy a coloring book at the breakfast?
No. Nope.
Well, that was a pretty.
I was busy eating those.
You were having
Those
the
eggs
eggs.
that
You were having the eggs and the sausages and the ham. Okay. I'm going to get you back, because you got me a couple of weeks ago, okay? And check out the Littleton Historical Society activities and coloring book for sale inside the museum during the tercentennial year. And let me say something about the Historical Society, since we need to do certain things here. But they do such a great job, and not that many people know really what they do. But people are coming out of the woodwork, and I've had 3 or 4 of them who called me and said, I found this up in the attic. These pictures and everything else, and these books, and this plate, and this ashtray, and these suspenders that George had, and people are finding these things, and we're going out, we're collecting them, giving them to the Historical Society, because they're the people that keep it for us. They are the ones that are gonna maintain Littleton's history and everything else that goes with it. So the Historical Society and we have our contact between the 300th Committee and the Historical Society is Ann Himmelberger, who does just an absolutely outstanding job of keeping everything going. They're going to have their history, their book, the book on the history of Littleton and everything else for sale, and with
That'll be coming out.
that's coming.
Fall.
That's coming up in the fall. That's right. So they do an outstanding job, and they should be given all the credit for keeping the history.
And oh, by the way, and we're talking about behind the scenes, they have done so much for us, providing visuals to LCTV, to the tercentennial.
You're right.
Just recently, they're captioning some pictures for us, so that we're going to be running, hopefully, as many pictures as.
That's right, and the Independent has basically said that they will. They hope they can run at least one picture every single week that will be in this group that you're talking about. The Historical Society is working on, and they're coming up with the captions so that everybody understands, what they're looking at, and it's everybody's working together, and that's what it takes. It takes a team effort. It takes a team effort.
And, we're talking about those eggs. I think there's probably some egg recipes in this fantastic cookbook. I think a lot of folks in town already know about the cookbook.
Right.
It's a compilation of recipes, and it's been for sale.
Right.
Littleton recipes submitted by Littleton residents.
Littleton residents, right, and a few outside too. There's some great recipes in there. The eggs, like deviled eggs and things like that. It's great. How many of you tried so far, Bob?
I haven't tried. I haven't tried any, but actually, I'm doing something a little more fun. Actually, we're gonna start a show right here on LCTV. We're having a cooking show, and we are going to start taping next month. And the participants are going to be Donnellan's and Hunter Appliance. The show's going to originate from both of those sites, and we're actually going to do the cooking right at Hunter Appliance. And I'm really looking forward to doing that, and I hope a lot of the folks can watch that.
No, that would be great. Swedish meatballs.
Swedish meatballs.
I want Swedish meatballs, Bob. Okay.
But these were on sale again at the opening ceremony. They're going to continue to be on sale.
And the sales are doing very well. Very well. Ann Essman and her group of people came through just magnificently on that one. She said, "Let me pick it up and run with it," and she picked it up and ran with it, and came to us with a few ideas, and we had to sign a contract with the publisher and all. But I mean she was a dream to work with from our standpoint, because she did everything. She just ran it, and she did a fantastic job.
Okay, and with the cooking theme, and again, I'm going to read from the press release, there's an apple pie contest. Saturday, September 5th. So this is the day before the parade.
It's the same.
Wait a minute.
Now, no.
I didn't write that down.
No.
So it must be
It must be.
Would it be the same day? Well,
wait a minute. If you read the contest, it said Friday. Okay. That's right. There you go. You got to read the contest. Yeah. There you go.
Okay, so Friday, September 5th.
5th, right.
Preheat your oven for an apple pie contest. Drop off your entry by noon at the senior diner at the townhouse. Return at 4 p.m. for pie contest winners.
Have they asked you to be a judge yet?
The way I read that, I don't think that anyone understood what I just said.
Okay, you want me to try? No.
We've talked about, we've covered just about all the events, except for a couple. The closing ceremony and the ball coming up. But let me actually get back to the opening ceremony. Do you have much of a recollection of the 250th ceremony in 1964? There were quite a few people in attendance this past Saturday who were at that.
That's right. They took a picture of that, and we're going to take another picture of at the picnic. It's going to be same. It's going to be an overview of everybody who was at the 250th. That's at the picnic, and they're going to do it. They got the photographers to stand way up, and we've got a banner that's going to come, that's going to be there and everything. And it's remembering 250 years ago. Yes, I remember quite a bit about it. I remember being thrown in jail because the company I worked for wouldn't allow me to. I would have been fired if I shaved, if I didn't shave. Excuse me. And so
Can you explain that?
What?
You were almost thrown in jail.
I know. I was thrown in jail.
You were thrown in jail.
Yeah, and Jim Barker, who was a judge, Judge James Barker, I forget how much he charged me, how much my bail was or whatever he called it, but that was a lot of fun. We had the Brothers of the Brush who did that, and then we had on the staff side of it, it was the Sisters of the Swish. And if I had known we were going to have to fill in this, I would have brought little buttons, but I didn't bring those. But we tried to generate some help, some interest. Let me put it that way, in doing the same thing now, but we just couldn't do it. And in fact, at the town meeting, I was asked if we were going to do it or not, and my reply to that was we let the Red Sox handle that for us this year.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, and they handled it very well. I wish they were able to continue, but maybe if they grow some beard, well, I don't know. It sure did. It was fantastic last year. Okay, Bob, now where do we go?
Well, let's stick with the Red Sox. Well, there's one-run games last year.
Yeah. Well, I would like to talk about the Atlanta Braves. I'm an old Boston Braves fan, so the closing similar to the opening. Okay, let's go there. The closing? Yes.
Have you talked much about the closing ceremony?
I had a conversation with Diane Croy. Diane, it's the same committee. The opening and closing are the same committee. I had a conversation with her this morning because we were summarizing and going over the budget for the opening and closing, and it's out there. We had a $15,000 budget for the opening and closing.
Well, let me just jump in for a second.
Okay, good.
Just for a second, though.
Go ahead.
I just want to. Prior to the closing, there's going to be the ball at the Regency Hotel in Westford. The ball is September 13th. Now, the closing is September 27th.
That's correct.
So you pick up.
Okay, and
27.
and basically it's for Littleton. There's not going to be any no big speeches, no big this, and then the other thing, we're going to be sealing up the time capsule, and as you know, the time capsule is going to be in the town hall. We're not burying it this year, as we've said. It's going to be in the town hall, and the things from the 250th will be rotating through in a case that Brian Richter is making for us, and it's going to be. It's not going to be a big deal, the closing ceremony, but it will be a culmination. It will wrap it up.
Where's it going to be?
We're not sure. We're not sure exactly where it's going to be, but it'll probably be in the high school. But it could be the middle school. I'm not really sure. We haven't really planned it that way. We just want to see what we got going at that point. And as I said, we had a $15,000 budget, and we will be well within that budget. The big things being the time capsule, naturally, and the case, and that's ongoing. That's for the future. That would be the big things. But it's the same committee that I read off earlier. The opening ceremony committee is doing the closing too.
Good morning. I'm Diane Corey, Chairman.
Okay. We're having everything but the kitchen sink thrown at us tonight, I guess.
That's okay.
But again, prior to the closing ceremony, we were going to have that ball, and I guess folks are being encouraged to wear, my goodness, either formal attire or period clothes.
As long as they wear clothes, Bob. That's you can go.
Can I come as an Elvis impression?
Yeah. Oh, by all means, by all means, with wig and all.
Okay, I'll need that, won't I? Yes. Thank you very much.
No. Hey.
There's another little tidbit now. We have a. Did you go on the bus tour? We had a bus tour.
Right. No, I did not go on the bus tour. It was sold out, though.
It was sold out?
It was sold out.
The bus tour of Littleton.
Right. And so they're going to do it again. They're going to do it on August 24th from 2 to 4.
And again, the Historical Society is sponsoring this.
Yeah. It's with Bob Holland and David Whitcomb, and they'll be looking at all the historic sites and then, narrating the whole thing.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Let's go to the time capsule right now.
Time capsule video. Great.
Okay.
Good morning. I'm Diane Corey, Chairman for the Opening and Closing Committee. I want to take this time to thank the General Committee members, Robin Sewell, a little late, Ann Himmelberger, Millie McGovern, Marion Juris, and Jack Homer, the chair. Also to thank the opening and closing committee members, Tricia Bancroft, Greg Weber, John Ledger, and Michael Crory, who is vice chair of our committee as well as the liaison for the General Committee. Today we are here because of a charge that we were given as part of the opening and closing committee, which is that of the time capsule. After many meetings and discussions regarding the opening of the time capsule, we got permission from the General Committee to first dig it up, which Michael Crory, with the assistance of the Littleton Fire Department, did a couple of months ago, and it's been sitting and waiting to be opened. The reason we're opening it today is because we want to know what is actually in there. We want to know what condition it is in, and because we didn't have any kind of inventory written up from the 250th, we need to figure it out. We're hoping today we'll be able to get something that's in there that is worthwhile and be able to photograph everything that's in there, document it, and go from there. So at this time, I would like to turn it over to Michael Crory, who will be opening the time capsule. Thank you.
Really tough.
Bags. No, they're all plastic bags, so that's good.
That ain't bad.
My,
Wash your hands.
Black plastic bags. Wow.
I think that's it.
just blacks lined up in the
Yeah, chose it. I don't want to grab the. Yeah, I don't.
Want me to pull it out?
I wouldn't touch the paper part now.
You want to take this out, though?
Yeah.
Push it from the bottom. Hold on a second. Push it from the bottom, yeah.
This back.
Yeah. Get it?
Yeah. Look at the first one we got is Janet Weber. Fifth grade.
Wow.
This one is sealed.
This one's sealed. It's sealed with staples.
It'll rip open.
At this end.
Yeah, I think those sealed boxes with a little extra
Perhaps
moisture.
you put that
Perhaps we should get a few gallons of distilled water and add that to it. One in each bag.
So after opening up the time capsule and taking out all of the bags, we found 5 plastic bags containing items that unfortunately were damaged in the water, but we're going to talk to a preservationist next week and see what we can do to try and preserve all the items that are in there. There appeared to be newspapers, and it also looked like there was some younger students that had done some reports that we could see, but as far as everything else is concerned, we couldn't look into them because we didn't want to destroy the documents. So at this time, we're going to wait and see what happens with the preservationist. Thank you.
Jack, you folks must have been beside yourself. Your jaws dropped.
Yeah,
You
we
weren't
weren't happy.
expecting anything like that.
Well, we didn't know.
No.
We didn't know, but, so we looked at it, we talked about what we were going to do, and we did talk to preservationists, as it said there, and we got estimates. I don't remember them all because they were estimates and it was all verbal, but, $5,000, $10,000 to restore these things and make them readable and everything else.
But after what we saw Saturday, it worked.
Well, yeah, but we didn't pay penny one because the committee did the whole thing. Greg Weber, let us use at the florist at Weber's Conservatory, their refrigerated areas to keep these things cool and everything else. And that's where they started working on them with distilled water and rinsing them off and rinsing them off and rinsing them off over and over again to get them to the point that you saw them last Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Littleton ingenuity. Didn't cost us penny one. It cost that committee a lot of time and effort, and the Webbers just came through and did it, and the committee came through and did it, and that's what this is all about. Everybody working together to make Littleton proud of our tercentennial.
And just pitching in.
Yep.
Now, on the capsule that we're going to be putting in for the 300th, you received a couple of proclamations.
Yeah, we got
from the state.
Yeah, from the governor, from the House, and from the Senate, and then Treasurer Bump gave us a proclamation too, and they will all be in the in the time capsule,
Okay.
along with anything anything and everything that the committee, the opening and closing, the opening, in this case closing, same thing, committee will make that determination of what we put into the time capsule, and if anybody has any suggestions, get a hold of us, and let us know what you think should go in there, and then it will be up to that closing committee to decide what actually physically goes in there. But the proclamations, my understanding is, will go in there.
Okay. Now, we have some unsung heroes tonight in the control room. I wonder if we can get a shot of the control room from here. We may not be able to do it right this second, but... And you know what? Young volunteers with Mark, and, right now they're dealing with this equipment malfunction.
Yeah.
And it's the equipment, and...
Hey, well, Bob, I think we should double our salary for tonight, at least when we are called upon to do this. So let's see, two times nothing is still nothing.
No, but seriously, in the computerized society that we have today, when things are computerized, you get these things that go wrong that you just can't put a quick fix on.
Is that like taking a selfie that somebody had to define what a selfie was to me? Is that the same thing, Bob?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're not going to be on next week. Following week will be just before
the picnic,
and we are going to have Mary on for that.
You're right.
She's going to be with us. Mary Duggan is in charge of the picnic. She within your committee.
Right. She's on the 300th committee, and she's the picnic person.
Believe it or not, we don't have a lot of time left. Believe it or not, but just quickly, if you could, just give us an overview of how you're delegating all your. I'm not going to call them subcommittees. You have one person in charge of the parade, another person in charge of the picnic, opening ceremony. They just do their own thing, and then
absolutely
all meet.
Yeah, the committee, was formed by the selectmen, and then we met, and the first thing we did. Well, we got a couple of minutes. The first thing we did was to have to pick a logo, and I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again. That was the toughest job that we had through this whole thing. We had a competition, And we came up with what we liked as the logo, but everybody on the committee had a different kind of apple. One wanted delicious, one wanted Macintosh, one wanted, this, that, and the other thing. And finally, after about 3 meetings, we were talking, we loved, Brian Juris did it for us. We loved his design, but we said, we'd like a couple of little modifications, and one was the apple. So finally, we just threw up our hands and said, Brian, a generic apple. So this is the Littleton apple. That's it. It's not a delicious, it's not a Macone, or whatever it is. It's the Littleton. It's the Littleton apple.
Look at that, we're wearing them tonight. You have one on your
that's right.
shirt. I have one on my.
That's right. But then you asked about the committees. The committees, basically, each one of us on the general committee, the 7 people, took one area, and Michael Crory took the opening and closing, and you've seen what he did for the opening. Fantastic job. Mary Dugan took the picnic. That's the next one, and she's running that. Then we have the parade coming up, and Millie McGovern from the committee took that, but then she went and got Roger LeBlanc, who tragically was taken away out of town for a while because of a family event. But he took that over. Then John Borowski took over for him, so he did that. So each person is doing the same. I had fireworks, and I got Savas to do it. Okay, so he's really the chairman of it, and I'm just the intermediary. And that's how it's working, Bob. So we take next week off.
Well, you know what? We've been able to kind of glide through these shows, but we had to do a little work tonight.
Do you think we earned our keep tonight?
I don't know.
Okay. Goodbye.
We apologize for all the technical difficulties we had. We had some really good video stuff to show you, but I'm sure we'll have it for you next time for sure. We'll get everything worked out. Thank you for watching. Have a great night.
See you later.